Hello everyone. In this session, we are going to talk about an exceptional artist of Chindu Bhagavatam, Chindu Ellamma, and her life and how she fought with odds in her life to become one of the greatest artists of the art. Chindu Ellamma. Chindu Ellamma was born on April 1, 1914. Initially, her name was Saraswati, and she was born in Basil, Adilabad district. She belonged to a family which performs Chindu Bhagavatam. She was given the name of Saraswati at the birth, but belonged to family and community which travel from village to village performing Chindu Bhagavatam, a folk theatre art form. An incident that took place in her life, that her father lost eyesight, and she decided to dedicate her life in the service of goddess Ellamma if her father gains eyesight. Fortunately, her father gains eyesight, and she named after the goddess Ellamma as a token of respect thereafter, and now she is called Chindu Ellamma. Ellamma was married at an early age, at the age of 14, and after the marriage, her marital duties actually came in between her art, and she decided to leave the marriage, and she married her husband to her sister Ravamma, and she decided to live childless life, and she wants to dedicate all her life to the art that she has been performing so far. Let us just check what exactly Chindu Bhagavatam is. It's a drama type which is near to Yakshaganam, and it was widely performed all over Telangana. Art form which goes within the Madiga community. Mainly people from Madiga community, they perform this kind of art, and there are two types of Madiga community, Pedda Madiga and Chinna Madiga, and no other community were allowed to perform this art in villages. And Bhagavatam, when it comes to Bhagavatam, it is the essence of all Vedas. In Chindu Bhagavatam, stories narrated from Bhagavatam like Prabhavati Vilasam, Sundarakanda, Chengulakshmi, and Sugriva Victory. These are some examples of the stories that are performed in Chindu Bhagavatam. Chindu, actually in Telugu it's called jump, and during the performance of the art, artist jumps and take leaps, and it is known that nearly 800 Chindu Bhagavatam troops in Telangana region we find, and each group consists of 15 skilled male performers, and these performers are called Chindulolu. They are called Chindulolu, and they are trained in various art forms like singing, makeup, playing musical instruments like harmonium, cymbal, and dholak. And they travel from village to village to perform the art and to spread awareness regarding the ancient culture and the characters that they like. Chindu Ellamma, she was an exceptional artist, and she led a difficult life of nomad. Nomad means people who travel from one place to another place, and they show their talent, artism, and they perform on various stories. But it is very difficult for them to manage their life because they travel from one place to another place, and there is no economical background, yet they dedicate all their life towards the art form that they like. Yet she was a nomad, but she performed the art with sense of dignity, and she knew that Chindu Bhagavatam is going to be a popular art form, and it will gain recognition and respect in the community. Actually, she was hailed from a disadvantaged community from Basra. That means she was born in lower caste, and casteism was at peak in those times. And she also performed to draw attention and the difficulties, plight of the artists who are performing Chindu Bhagavatam and their surviving problems, and against violent caste politics. Caste was upper caste, lower caste, and the treatment for lower caste was actually not that good in the olden days. Casteism was at peak. During the pre-independence times, Doras considered higher caste people, and they used to have lot of land, power, and they were ruling the villages and their region. And Doras considered lower caste people as their property. They were not treating them well, and they were considering people of lower caste as their property. They can do anything. And Doras used to frequently organize Chindu Bhagavatam performances in their villages or in their region, so that they get the divine blessings from the gods, and their community and their locality will be prosperous. And Chindu Ellamma used these opportunities, Chindu Bhagavatam artists used these opportunities to combine both performances and with moral anecdotes. That means they also give morality or morals to the people, those who are watching the performance, so that they can learn and respect people. In 1979, Nataraja Ramakrishna was introduced to Ellamma. He was Andhra Drama Academy president, and he was introduced to Ellamma. And in 1980, Chindu Ellamma made her first official appearance at District Collectorate. It was her first official performance, and after she gave her performance at Ravindra Bharati, she gained popularity, and she is known for her artist. Ever since she was at 12, she has been a dancer over 50 years and has won many accolades and awards. And there are a number of awards that she has won. Rajiv Pratibha Award in the year 2004 from the hands of Rajshekhar Reddy, and Kalaratna Award, State Government Award in the year 1998-1999. Hansa Award, that's a State Government Award in the year 1999. Honored by National Cultural Council, Apna Utsav, Delhi in 1986. Distinguished membership of the State Sahitya Academy Award in 1982. Fellowship of 100 rupees per month from the State Academy, Dance Academy, 1982. Named as Ellamma Road to Nizamabad to Bodhan Road in the year 2004. She earned immense respect and recognition, and the story of her life remains a shining example of one dedicated to the arts. So if you dedicate yourself to the arts, that you should not look for anything, whether you are facing the difficulties or whatever it comes on your way, you have to pass and make it your own way. And she did that. She was not educated, but yet she performed and gained popularity and made the folk art form popular in the world. And thus we can applaud Chindu Ellamma for her great effort to make the art form popular. So friends, we can learn that from the lesson that, so if you dedicate yourself to a particular thing, nothing is impossible. Even an uneducated woman from poor background can make one art form popular and become popular. So anyone can do anything. So this is the finest example of the artists who dedicate their lives to the art form, and they will not look at the money that they gain from the art form. Thank you for listening.